October 16th, 2021. I have finally decided to hike the Waterloo Pinckney Trail in Lower Michigan, which is only an hour away from my house. This is my first overnight backpacking trip since I thru-hiked the Pacific Crest Trail over a year ago in 2020. So, on a warmer than usual October morning, I set out to hike from the Silver Lake Trailhead to the Portage Lake Trailhead. Navigating this trail is actually quite easy. It is well marked, and the trail markers are easy to read and follow. So I am about 8.5 miles into hiking the Waterloo Pinckney Trail in Michigan, and I started from the eastern end of it, and I'm hiking west. So far, it's been incredible. It's an amazing trail. It's very winding. There's tons of lakes. The trail is just very beautiful. It's fall right now too, so there's a lot of fall colors. There's also this pavilion that I'm in right now, which is great. I decided to take lunch here rather than stop at 10 miles because, if you're on trail, take advantage of a cool lunch spot. And my view is actually pretty nice as well. Just like a vista of trees and fallen leaves, which is nice. So I have all of my gear with me that I took on the PCT as well. But it's a little bit more bare bones because I'm only doing 30 miles. I'm trying to hike to about 25 miles. I don't know where that's going to put me exactly. I kind of was just sort of winging this one. I just knew that I wanted to do it. So I'm out here hiking it, and so far I'm loving it. It feels really good to be back and have my trekking poles and moving, and I'm actually really excited to sit down and have traditional hiker lunch. I just have a couple of packs of tuna. I think I have some kind of a bar or something that I'll eat too. So that's what I'm doing now, and trying to do this vlog thing again. I failed at it on the PCT. I did a couple of videos, a couple of tries at it, and it just didn't seem right. I never know what to say, so I'm trying to pretend like this is somebody that I can talk to, like this camera here is somebody that I can talk to or whatever. Yeah, I've been collecting some B-roll and enjoying the hike. So that's where I'm at right now. I've got, you know, still a full day ahead of me. It's only noon right now. I did try to do 10 before 12, but it wasn't gonna happen. So, yeah, not because I wasn't moving or anything. I just, you know, I've been taking my time. I'm not really trying to rush it. So right now I'm gonna eat. I gotta say, man, even though this trail is only like 30 miles, the landscape is pretty incredible. And, you know, for Michigan, it's incredible. A lot of rolling hills, a few green tunnels along the way, but it's beautiful. This is the first real overnight backpacking trip that I've done since the PCT, which was over a year ago now. And being out here on the Michigan trails, especially one that I just hadn't hiked yet, it feels good. And you know, I always say that when you hike long enough and far enough, no matter how many campsites you love or set up at, when you're on the trail and you throw the weight of your backpack on your shoulders, that's what feels like home. And a short story. The first time I went on an actual backcountry hiking trip was with my friend Seth, and we hiked Pictured Rocks. And after the second day, you know, we'd throw our pack on after our break or after lunch or whatever it was, and I started getting this feeling of like, this is comfortable. Yeah, the pack's heavy. Yeah, I hurt. But when I put the pack on, even though it didn't fit proper, just feeling that weight, that's what felt like home on the trail. It felt like I was just going back to normal, going back to home. And I love that. The weight of my hiking pack is what feels like home. Not the campsite, not the next town. But out here, it's walking with it and carrying the weight. And I love that. Now this is a very like wetland area, but walking along these boardwalks, I always enjoy this. I think it's really cool. There's been quite a few of them. I did see another hiker. He was getting to the end of one, and I glanced over, and he slipped and almost fell down. He caught himself, but him and his buddy had a pretty good laugh about it, and I kind of sparked. But I made sure not to let them see that I was watching. Now watch, I'll probably slip here. No, okay. All right, well, it's about 5:15. Yeah, and I don't know, I must have done over 20 miles already. I'm approaching camp though, which is cool. I thought that there was more water along this way. There was a lake a little ways back. I thought about cameling up there, but I didn't. But I have these signs here that are telling me that there's a creek at 23, or at least in that direction. So, I don't know. The All Trails map says that there is some kind of water source over there. So if I'm real desperate, I can just go down there and get some water. Not a big deal. I still think I have plenty of sunlight, so I don't know, maybe another 45 minutes of hiking or so, and I'll be setting up camp. All right, so the good news is I found the creek. It's in this very muddy area, but that's the creek. That's all I need. I should be able to filter water from that, no problem. Well, about 0.1 to camp, and go figure. I dipped my foot in a little bit of mud. Oh well. Okay, here's camp. Water's boiling. Had to borrow a lighter from a guy named Derek just over there. So, camp is set. Cook my food, climb my tent, go to bed. All right, it's morning. I already took down camp, walked about a half a mile already. It was a really loud campsite, not because of the people that were there. Everybody there was great, but the animals, man. And it wasn't until like after midnight that somebody fired a gun off in the distance, and then it scared all the animals away. It was really weird. And then an owl showed up, and then some coyotes showed up, and they were all making noise. It was kind of a restless night, but felt good to be sleeping in a tent again. And I only have less than 10 miles left. I hit my goal to where I was camping last night. That was my goal. I hiked 23 miles yesterday, so that was cool. Really enjoyed this trail. It's been fun. So now I'm just gonna keep walking and wait for CK to pick me up. See ya.